Welcome back to Loc'd N Love. It's your boy June from Harlem once again.
And you're not from Harlem. It's your girl Crystal, straight from Jacksonville. And you're locked in.
Locked in. Hey, before we move any further, can y'all please bow your heads in a moment of silence? Please. I want to have a moment of silence for the game because I'm killing it with this shirt.
Oh my
right
God.
I'm killing it. I like that. I like that for real. I was like, hey, you know the fun guy.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
Like,
That was good.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us again. And you see, we have some special guests this week. A lot of special guests.
fresh off of Easter Sunday.
Is that where you came up with the
That's
guests
what I
from?
came up with the guests from.
Okay.
I wanted to get them up here before, but you know.
Okay, first off for Easter Sunday. We have some great people today. But
Yeah, let me give you an introduction. So the guy sitting immediately next to me would be the first round draft pick faster. If we had one, this is Danny Ray Hester Jr., reigning straight out of Piney Green, South, the unofficial mayor of Piney Green, you know. Right here, you know, he's a pastor at St. Louis Missionary Baptist Church down there, way down Gum Branch, but not too far. Yeah. Then we got Manly Moore, educator at Northwoods Park Middle School, Sigma, you know. Reps it to the foot. We don't talk bad about the Greeks, right? And we don't know everything bad. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, we have LaQuisha Cadwaller. Did I get it right?
That's correct.
I got it right.
Yes.
You sure? Yeah.
You
Now
got
that
it right.
Quisha definitely in my top 10 preachers of all time list. I promise you.
Wow.
She can close it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Can't go.
Oh no.
I'm telling you.
Well, before we speak with our guest today, we want to do a quick local shout out. This week, our local shout out is going to be for Frostbite, which is Bobby Hatchell,
Yup.
small business owner. Check him out. Frostbite. Do you have where he be at, Joe?
Yeah, he be all over Jacksonville. They got a Facebook page.
Check out the Facebook page. I asked you that earlier.
Yeah, and I got to give this shout out to Bobby right here. He still hold his record at Jacksonville 100 meters, 10.32. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Did you say 10.32? I don't know.
But yes, Bobby Hatcher is our local shout out this week from Frostbite Ice Cream Truck. All right, man, let's get it started.
How was y'all Easter?
Good, man. Good. It was great.
Man,
I'm a second. It was straight.
Anything exciting? Let me ask you this. Has Easter lost its nostalgia for you as far as getting the Easter baskets and stuff like that?
Oh, nah. Not for me. I ain't getting many baskets growing. No.
what about you, Quinn?
No, I did get Easter baskets, and I did ask my dad where mine was this year. But I wanted it a little different, like some Clorox games, you know, some plated supplies, things like that. So yeah, I did miss out this year, but it's all good.
Did you get the girls' basket?
When you have kids,
We did get our
get
kids,
on the back burner. So yeah.
All right. You want to start with your question, Joe?
Gotcha. So we're going to start here. When it comes to the topic of commitment versus compliance, do you feel like this relates to the word of God? Why not? Start with you, Pastor Hester.
I believe, man, when you look at it, you know, compliance, doing it for, you know what I'm saying, like, because you got consequences behind it. I look at it, you know, when you look at the word of God, Christ, Jesus came, he walked the earth, and believe it or not, he broke a lot of rules. He broke a lot of rules. He got in a lot of trouble. Now, I'm not, you know, saying that, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, it's good to break rules and anything like that. But what I'm telling you is Jesus walked the earth and he does so many different things on the Sabbath day. And you know, the religious leaders hounded him. He was straight You know, they was on his head about that. So, you know, and that's one of the things we just talked about in the church, man. But I believe, you know, when you do something, commitment is everything. Commitment is everything. I do it because I'm committed to it, you know, and that goes for anything. I don't care if that's church, sports, marriage, I mean, work. You know, you got to be committed to what you do. You got to be committed to what you do.
I agree with that. I believe that compliance, let me say this, that you can be committed to something and your commitment will show in how you comply. But a lot of times compliance without commitment is like just going through the motions, right? You're doing it because you're told to do it. You're doing it because you have to do it. One of the things that I struggle with and still struggle with in marriages is my wife is like, you know, I don't always want you to do it because I asked you to do it. There's some stuff I want you to do because you want to do it. I want you to want to do it. You know what I mean? And I still, I struggle with that, and not only on the marriage side, but even in ministry, even as a follower of Christ. Like, He did not design us to be robots to where we do this without a motivation of love. We do this out of motivation of commitment, and this is the least that I can do for Him. You know what I mean? Like, church is not just a checkbox that we do throughout the week. Like, there has to be a level of commitment, a level of passion, and when you're committed to something, I mean, the energy is going to be there, the time, the effort, your money is going to be there, as opposed to compliance. It's like everything is done grudgingly. You're dragging your feet with it, and I don't believe that, you know, God has called us to be compliant as much as He does to be committed.
That's good. That's good. I'll say compliance is, to me, compliance is religion. Commitment is relationship. So compliance is you just doing it because you want to follow the rules. Commitment is coming from your heart. When the Bible says present your body a living sacrifice, that takes commitment to present your body a living sacrifice. Compliance is simply lip service. You know, just you're doing it because that's the rule. That's what you're supposed to do. But when you're committed, just like he said, your energy towards it changes. You're committed to Christ. You're committed to work. You're committed to your spouse. It's a different, and it has a balance. You can be compliant, but it's very important to be committed.
Gotcha. Good answers. And I just want to note that the guys didn't have no notes prepared. Can't even read.
I had my notes, but y'all notes I didn't look at mine.
It's okay. PT.
You had a lot of notes.
I did not even go through all of them because I had a lot of Don't do that.
I like it.
You right. Y'all want me to tune in Matthew 22. We all like it.
That is hilarious.
Right.
So, Manly, does the way you were brought up reflect how you raise your children?
Absolutely. Just plain and simple, my mom had the rule: you live under her household, you're going to church. That is just it. You live under her household, go to church. One thing I appreciate about my mom is that she lived a life outside of church. The woman that I saw at church was the same woman that I saw raising us. I didn't see no hypocrisy, no two-faced, no, being double-minded, anything like that. And that influenced me. And once again, it's something that I still struggle with. I heard my mama praying. I saw my mama reading her Bible. And I want the same for my kids as well. It's just like, it ain't enough for me to say, hey, go read your Bible. Well, no, we need to do this together. I once heard somebody say is that if you don't disciple your kids, somebody will. Or something will. Internet, TV, the teachers at school, somebody's going to disciple. And even as great as Sunday school is, Vacation Bible School is, I'm a youth pastor, youth church kids, right? For the students that I teach, I shouldn't be their only means to learning about God. And I take that for me as well. Once again, have this conversation with my wife all the time. It convicts me because I know that God has called me to pastor a church eventually. But it's like, dang, you won't even have devotional time with your own family, but you want to go and pour into all these other people and all these other churches. You know what I mean? And it's like, so no, we're gonna sit down at dinner time. We're gonna read these scriptures. But yes, going back to your story, how I was raised, definitely. Even my father, even though my parents divorced when I was 4 years old, my dad's a praying man. I heard him pray constantly. Like, and that instilled in me like these are values. And our generation, you know, millennials, they're like, oh, I ain't gonna force no religion on my kids. I ain't gonna force no. It ain't as much about force as it is steering them in the right direction.
That's right. That's right.
And when they get 18, by all means, you go ahead and
That's right.
But I'm gonna lay this foundation, and it's without compromise. Not saying that they're not gonna be room for questions and conversations about our faith. If your kids have doubts or wondering, is God real and all that, have those conversations with them. But that foundation absolutely needs to be there.
Okay, agree.
I already know your answer, but go ahead.
100%. 100%. The way that my mom raised and my dad raised us, I definitely take that and raise my girls in the same sense. People used to tease me all the time. I was a church girl because my parents were pastors. Oh, she can't go to the prom. She can't go to the club because her parents are pastors.
You ain't go to prom, Queen?
I did go to prom. Let me get to I went to prom. I went to 2 proms.
Wow.
Okay.
And I went to the school dances. It wasn't that my parents didn't let me. I didn't want to. Because of the way that they raised me, I didn't have a desire to go to the club. I didn't have a desire to do different things because of the way that my parents raised me. And that's the same with my children. Gianna, my oldest daughter, she doesn't have those desires because she, just like me and my mom, me and my mom were very, very close. I wanted to go to Bible study with my mom. I wanted to go to Friday night church. I wanted to go to the revivals with my mom. Gianna's the same way. She'd rather go to a Bible study or a youth conference or something with me rather than go hang out with her friends. And that's just because of how I saw my mom saying, like, Manly, I saw my mom pray. I saw her read her word. When things got tight, I saw her pray, call those things in. And I try to live that same life. I'm not perfect. I'm not as good as my mama was. But I strive to be, and I know my children, because the way that I came up and how I am right now, I'm not perfect. But I know that if I do how my mom did, my girls are going to be the same way. I don't have a doubt that they're going to live the life for Christ.
Junior, let me cut this right here. G, when you watch this episode, just know that I told Crystal to call you. I just want to make sure that you.
Wow.
Just want to make
You
sure.
a girl, we under the
Just
dress.
make sure that you know. So, and this, by the time you see this episode, just remember the day that you told me.
Wow. You gonna throw me under the bus like that?
Carry on.
Okay.
Yes, I totally agree with the both of them. My upbringing, it has a lot to do with the way I am, the way I raise my kids. Coming up, my mother was a kept the family real close, you know what I'm saying? So me and my sisters, like right now, we got a close bond that can't be broken. And the reason why is because we had a mother that kept us close. Family, you had to love your family. Look, we can fight 1 minute and the next minute we out there playing. And that's the way mama brought us up, and we, brought us up going to the church and staying loyal to one another, staying loyal to family. Dad, it's major because that's where I got my work ethic from. You know what I'm saying? That's where I got my.
How old you was when you started grinding in the beginning?
We on camera. I don't want to say it. Yeah, well, he can't get in trouble now. But I was 16 when I was shifting those gears.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dad, man, it was all work ethic, like provider, protector. That was my father, man. So when it comes down to the love and the closeness with family, how I raised my boys, that all come from my love. A lot of people look at me as a father and they be like, man, you too mushy when it comes down to your boys. Nah, man. I didn't get that from my daddy. The mushy part, you know what I'm saying? That the I love you part. But I understood it. You know what I'm saying? When daddy get ready to hang the phone up and he said, all right, man, he basically said, I love you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but he just didn't say it out of his mouth. But me with my boys, I'm a little different when it comes down to that. But, you know, man, I'm telling you, man, your upbringing, the Bible says, train a child up in the way that he should go. And when they get old, they won't depart from it. Yes, you can steer around, but when you bring them up with values and things of that nature, man, they turn out well. So I do thank God for my upbringing. Yes, I do.
What you think, John? What's your opinion?
What?
Did your upbringing?
It does. Because, I mean, like, I know I say this a lot, but if it's 52 Sundays in a year, 48 of them we was in the church. This wanting to stay out, go in this place and that place. Nah, Sunday morning, you was there. And, I mean, it's tough now because there's so much distractions that wasn't there when we was growing.
Yeah.
We literally had TV and outside. That was it.
That's true.
Ain't nothing. It's a lot out here now, man. What about you?
I wasn't really brought up in the church like that, but I knew of the church from like my family, you know. But like Junior said, my mom was big on family and love. So I got that aspect from her, and I try to bring my kids up the same way, you know, tight knit, all about family. But as far as church, I wasn't really brought up in church per se, but I knew. Yeah, I try my hardest to bring them up the best I can with what I got. Yeah. So, Queen, what are your thoughts about prayer being taken out of school?
I think it has a lot to do with where we are right now. Prayer is foundation. Prayer in the word is foundation, and for that not to be in school when so many things happen in school. Kids learn things that they don't learn at home in school. They are exposed to so many things in school that they're not exposed to elsewhere. So for them to take prayer out of school, I think is major. If prayer was still in school, a lot of these problems wouldn't be happening. Books that don't need to be in the library wouldn't be there. I mean, you wouldn't have all of these things happening in the school if prayer was in the schools. So to me, it's major, and I think it needs to be back.
I wonder what today will look like if prayer was still in school.
If prayer and whoopings was still in school,
not whooping. It would be. I know I saying that best all that.
It would be different. It would be different if you start. I mean, we know as adults, if you start your day off with prayer, your day goes pretty well. If they would do that in schools today, you wouldn't have
around the flagpole.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have all these issues. Yep. You wouldn't have what is ADHD. You know, all these things, all these medications these kids are on. If you started with prayer.
I agree.
My take on prayer, taking out of schools, man, it's exactly what she said. You know, you know, some of the things that we are facing now today, we wouldn't be facing them if we kept prayer. You know, prayer is everything. Like she said, it's the foundation. Is you know, so you know, you start with prayer, you end with prayer. You know, like the old saints would say, prayer changed things. You know, so that's you know, and I think it's now that they taking prayer out of the schools, we have to teach our children that even though they're taking prayer out of the school and it has, you know, the prayer has to be in you. It has to be built in you. It's got to be. It has to be your life. It has to be your lifestyle. You know, when you're going through problems, you pray. You know, when you know, even in your highs and your lows, it's prayer. You know, so I believe you know you can take prayer out to school, but if prayer is in you, then that's different. I mean, it's got to be built in.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. Like, teach your kids to pray.
Yes, sir.
No matter the circumstances. I tell my girls, even if you think God might not want to hear about it, He wants to hear about it. Pray about these EOGs. Yeah. Pray about your behavior, your classmates' behavior. Pray for your teachers, And also, me as an educator, I pray. Like my students don't always know. I don't care if it's a quick prayer when I shake their hands.
Mhm.
I walk in my classroom and I'm touching tables and touching chairs. Like I know that there are believers who are in these classrooms who are praying and doing the right things by these students. But yeah, the best thing you can do is teach your kids to pray.
Got anything you want to chime in on that?
No, I agree with it. It's just, like I said, I remember going to the flagpole in the morning times and we used to pray, and then all of a sudden it's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't know why, how important it was, I should say,
Oh, yeah.
that it should still be going on. But hey, how can we change that?
You know, the crazy thing is, I kid you not, my school, Northwood still does it.
Shut up.
Yeah, we every now and then we
But that's
have
where I remember doing it at.
we
What is
have
that?
prayer at the polls. We pray as a faculty and staff. Like before we about to eat or something. Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah, and it's so crazy because it shouldn't be surprising. But every time she asks me or Mr. Johnson to pray, I'm just like, man, we are praying school.
Yeah.
Like, no, I kid you
That's
not.
good.
Like we meet at the poll, faculty and prayers. We'll go, faculty and staff. We'll go at the flagpole ourselves sometimes. But yeah, we of
I
course
remember
we
doing
can't
it at Northwood.
we can't do it publicly in the
Yeah.
classrooms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's still some remnant of prayer in some of our
What would happen
campuses.
if we was to pray in the classroom? Like what?
You know what's crazy? Kids tell everything. Kids tell everything, right? You're gonna have plenty of kids that's gonna be like, "Hey man, that's right, Mr. Moore." They're gonna be right there with you, and then you can have other kids that's just like, "Oh no, I gotta tell my mom and dad." You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is like you don't want to be called to the principal office. Did you pray?
Did you pray?
Like, yeah, I did. You know what I mean? Look, like either pray or cuss them out. You know,
You choose.
you know what I mean? Like it was either or. So you know, I chose to pray. You know.
Wow.
Yes. One last question, man. What advice would you have for somebody with 1 foot in the church and 1 foot in the street? Not way in the street, but just
On the fence.
yeah.
So not way.
Right.
A little. Is it different?
Yeah, it's definitely a difference.
That's a good question. What is the difference?
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry. My advice, I mean, come as you are. You know what I'm saying? You know, we gotta be careful when it comes down because some people can be some good people, but they torn between the two. But now the word of God says either hot or cold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lukewarm. I spew you out.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but what I would say is, you know, that's that we face that a lot with some halfway in, halfway out. And they can be some good people though. That's the key. They can be some real good people. I say, you know, love them where they are. You know, love them for who they are, and you know, and love them for where they at. You know, no judgment. When you come, it's just like a hospital. You know, you don't go to the hospital because you're healed or you can heal yourself or you can, you know, do surgery on yourself. You go to the hospital because you need help.
Right.
So, and it's the same thing when it comes to the church. You don't have it all together. Nobody has it all together from the back door to the pulpit, to choir stand. Nobody has it all together, but love them where they are. And that's when we take on the identity of Christ, man, when we can love people where they are. Learn, I mean, just, you know, that's major. Some people, man, you know, we deal with people day to day that it's like, you know, we throw them away because they got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you know. But what did Jesus do? He's our example. We say celebrated Resurrection Sunday, amen. So what did Jesus do? The Last Supper. He got the disciples. Now you got all these, the 12 sitting at the table. One we know that was going to betray him. Had his hands in the money bag, but he was dirty. There was plenty of them at the table that was dirty. You got people with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That 1 foot out is dirty. What did Jesus do? He loved them right where they was at. He took them. Oh man, Pastor PT preached this thing the other day. Took the towel and girded himself and went down on his knees. And what did he do? He washed his disciples' feet. We have to start loving people where they are, period. Point blank.
I told you, first round draft pick right there. I told you. What you got, man?
You know, when I read that question, I initially thought about two things. One foot in the church, 1 foot in the world. Keep going to church. Keep going to church. But there is going to come a day where you have to make a decision. Right. You have to make a decision. Jesus says, you know, by this you will know that you are my disciples, by how you love.
That's true.
Not even how you preach, not how you teach, not how you pray, but by how you love. And people want to feel love. The root cause to most of our desires is a desire for acceptance and desire for love. That 1 foot in the world is something that's in the world that is loving them, that is accepting them. And they might not be able to or feel comfortable bringing those issues, that baggage in the church, right? Because we know we're good at wearing masks in the church. So I would encourage people who are struggling, who are between two opinions, between, you know, the world and church and the world, keep going to church, and beyond going to church, keep praying. Keep developing a relationship with God, because it's going to come to a point where your love for God is going to grow so much that you don't desire those things anymore. That whatever it is that's causing them to be pulled out of the church, that's being called, that's like attracting them in the world, I guarantee you, once God starts working on those desires are going to go away. And I'm pretty sure we can all attest to that. Like, there are some things that we used to do, we don't do anymore. We used to desire that we don't desire anymore. And if we do desire it, we practice self-control to where we deny ourselves, we deny our flesh, and like, you know what? It's a struggle, it's a battle, but I really have to submit and give this to God. So I'd encourage you, keep going. Keep going. Like Pastor said, we don't throw people away. We don't.
I would say when I read that question and it said, when you have 1 foot in the church and 1 foot in the world, I'm all for going to church. Church is great. I feel like it's important that you go to church. But if anything, and like Manley, I agree, keep going to church, but get a relationship with Christ. And I know that comes with going to church and finding out who he is and learning who he is. But just like Manley said, there's going to come a point in time where you have to make a decision. And grandma used to say it, great grandma used to say it, Jesus is soon to come, but times are winding up. And it's so important right now to have that relationship with Christ. So take that foot out of the world, you know, and give God a chance, give him a try. People make it, the church themselves make it so hard. They make it look hard, like you got to drop all of this before you can come to Christ. And it's not about that. My mom used to say all the time, when you come to Christ, those things will give you up because you won't have a desire for them anymore once you have a hunger and thirst for Christ. So, and I'm going to talk to the people, just if you feel like you have 1 foot in and 1 foot out and you feel like you're not worthy to come to Christ, he loves us right where we are. And if you make that first step to say, God, I don't get it 100%, I don't understand it all the way, but I want to give you a try. And I guarantee from experience, if you give him the opportunity to come into your life and into your heart, I can 100% bank on that you will have the best life that you've ever had. The world has nothing on what Jesus Christ can do for you.
I like that little altar call.
That
was very good.
Cool. You see how I run when I take control. You see?
Yeah.
He almost got I ain't used to saying bro like this, man.
It's the church. You take that stuff.
Hey, Joseph with his total minute. You think you bet? Nah, that's
Junior, I got a question for you, bro.
Yes, sir.
How are you dealing now that your son's like gone? Not gone, but in college?
Well, he here till August. But yeah, we.
You be crying though? Like,
no crying. There's no crying. But you know, look, you going through it. So
I do.
But nah, it's something. It's special, man. I'm just so thankful, man. Like he's getting to experience everything that these boys have worked hard at since they were 5 years old.
True story.
So to get that, to watch, get that experience of him, loving what he doing, man. It's good.
I used to hate driving the Vansboro on Saturday. We'd be out there all day long.
All day from 8 o'clock in the morning to like 4 o'clock in the evening.
Man, how you sleep schedule now, brother?
Oh, man. We big on routine and rhythm. So normally I try to, as soon as I get home, I'm like, hey, baby, you go sleep. You know what I mean? I take care of the kids, all 5 of them.
Good man.
And she get her 2 hours in, 1 hour. But with women, the slightest cry, the slightest, you taught my baby. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like, so I even like go in a separate room, like on the other end of the house, like just to get her sleep. And I get my average about 4 hours a night right now, so.
But you're a teacher, bro.
Crazy, right? Crazy. My first class of the day does not get the best version of me. I'll tell you. I tell you that. Yeah, I just be like, let's just chill. We gonna ease our way into the day.
Is it hard though? Like
we had this
when
conversation.
you changing them, like
it's not hard. It's different.
Okay,
it's not hard. It's different. I felt like God had kind of prepared us with the expectation like this round would be twins. Like a lot of people don't know, our 2-year-old son, he had a twin, but we lost him early on. Like, and we was just like, well, they say, the older woman gets, the likelihood of her having twins. And twins don't run on either side of our family from what we know. So crazy thing is, as soon as we found out we was pregnant, I was like, is it one? I was like, is it one? Right. And she was like, yeah, as far as I know, whatever. A week later, I think she put it in a gift box or something. And I opened it up and I saw 2. I said, like, it was crazy. So I felt like God kind of prepared us like, hey,
I got a question. Yeah. Do you carry 2 diaper bags or you condense all?
They're all in one bag. Okay. They're all in one, but we try to make sure they do everything together. They eat together, we change them together. Like we try to make sure it's but like I said, it's not hard as much as it is. It's just different. It's just different.
Yeah. Queen, what grade Gianna in?
She's a junior.
She's a junior.
Woo! Yes.
How are you preparing yourself? Because that next year is gone.
Yeah, she is a junior. Yes, she will be senior next year. Right now she keeps us very busy. Gianna is involved youth council. All kinds of things. She helps out United Way. She's taking college courses now, preparing. She won a trip. I don't mean to give a shout out, but she won a trip to Washington, D.C. to go to a youth tour by simply writing an essay. She was chosen, all fees paid. I am not prepared, honestly. She is my baby, and she's very close to us.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Okay.
Yeah, she's our baby. We do just about everything together. So I am not prepared for senior year or for her to graduate and go off to college.
You got her on Life 360?
Absolutely.
I don't know who came up with Life 360, but they were all
you got your boy.
They are genius.
You don't, Junior?
I don't.
You don't either.
My wife?
You don't either?
No.
Oh, Rick has Gianna on. Well, she's a girl too, but I'm just saying. Oh, we are deep on like 360.
I watch like 360 like it's a TV show.
Oh my
God. You just on the move.
Yes.
I gotta give you guys a chance to shout out your organizations or affiliations.
Yeah, I
if you
see
want
Junior
to.
over there rocking his brand.
Yeah. The clothing brand, King and Recruiter. Something that I started a couple years back. Yeah.
That's
But
it.
shout out to 188 Rich Lane.
That's what I was looking for.
North Carolina. Yes, I'm from Piney Green, but my church is yes, I'm in Piney Green, but my church is in Richlands, North Carolina. You not doing anything on a second and fourth Sunday, drop in on me. 11 a.m. service.
Plug them, Pastor. Plug them. What you got, man? This is the other half of GQ, by the way.
Shout out GQ first. Shout out to my wife. Man, just shout out to you, baby. We're gonna watch this. She has really been phenomenal through this whole process. All these babies that she has birthed. And I appreciate her. Shout out to 131.
All right.
Marshall Chapel.
Boy, that's like the Cowboys and the 49ers.
Marshall Chapel. He live in Piney Green, but I church in Piney Green. I am currently the youth pastor of a great group of young people. Y'all come check us out too, right? It's enough churches for y'all to spare Sunday. Right. Here and there. Send your kids to us, drop them off, we feed them. Well, a snack, they get the word, some games, some activities.
Every Sunday?
Yeah. Every first, second, and third. First, second, and third. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Well, unlike these lovely gentlemen, I don't have a church to shout out. I am out here just, obeying God and going to visit here and there. Nothing
trying places.
Yeah, talking about I am fellowshipping until the Lord calls me to be planted where I need to be planted. I am currently visiting. I will give a brief shout out to Jesus Culture Church in Richlands, North Carolina, 111 Kinston Highway. Bishop Timothy Kavanaugh doing great things there at Jesus Culture Church, changing lives and letting the presence of God be known there. And I want to give a shout out to my husband, Richard, who is taking care of the girls right now. Going to and from gymnastics, an awesome man of God and anointed in his own right. So,
that's AKA Risco.
You know, Risco.
Well, that was good. Thank y'all so much for coming out and talking with us today.
We still got time.
I'm sorry.
I got more questions.
So,
do any of y'all got Coast 97.3 programmed on your radio in your car? Or y'all just listening?
We can make that happen, though.
I'm just asking.
Honestly, I don't have.
You don't listen to the radio?
I do sometimes, but not really.
You don't listen to the radio, bro?
Look, we got an SUV, and the only thing that playing that is Disney movies. I can tell you the last time I heard.
How old is your oldest kid, man?
9.
9.
He's 9.
And Disney, you don't ring that? You just
I be in my own world. If it keeps them quiet,
I know that.
We talking about 9, 7, 2, and now close to 2 months old. Yeah. Y'all do what y'all leave me out of it, y'all.
Yeah.
That's real.
different ball.
That is real. Definitely. For sure.
Different ball.
you got another question?
Yeah, I got a couple questions.
Oh, okay.
Spot. You ain't got none?
No. Let you go.
Wow. So the guys are up right now. Just understand that finally the 2 first gentlemen to come on the show, because if you notice, all our guests have been women.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. You are? Truly are.
Was Cooks on the last episode?
No, the one before.
One before that? Okay, yeah. Shout out to my boss.
Shout out to the boss.
It is your boss.
Yeah. You want to talk about Sinners a little bit? Or no, we're going to say that for next week.
Y'all seen it?
Have you seen it yet? You ain't seen it yet?
I am too. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I'm still on the fence.
Michael B. Jordan.
I've been hearing great things about
I
it. So.
don't know.
No, yeah, that ain't your cup of tea. Hey, Junior, I got a question for you on camera, bro. I got a question for you.
What you?
So, better song. Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell or Yo by Chris Brown?
Both.
Nah, I need one.
Both phenomenal.
I need
But
one.
I'm gonna go Tevin Campbell.
That's the only right answer.
I'm saying, like, you had to think about that.
You on this?
I'm Tevin Campbell. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't say that around me. That's Chris
I'm about to say, I'm like this Brown fan. So,
Even Can We Talk versus Yo?
Yeah.
I don't know your name, but it's that.
Chris, so you
okay, the song, yes, I'll give you the song. Okay, yeah.
You like the artist that, like, you like Chris Brown as an artist. Oh, yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Song-wise, yeah. I can give you, Can We Talk better than.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not far.
You didn't get no top 5 this week.
I mean, my questions worked out perfectly. It wasn't. I mean, okay.
A quick top 5.
Do you listen to R&B like that? Just
Yeah.
Can you do a top 5 for me?
Top 5
All
artists.
Time. Yeah.
Artists.
Nah, do songs. It's easy if you do songs.
Songs are hard.
Do the artists. Then. Do the
Okay.
You passed it.
We can come back to you, bro. Go ahead.
Artists, man, we talking about all time.
Yeah.
Top. So, you know what's crazy? The era that I grew up in. I got you. There I grew up where I was more groups than solo artists.
Yeah.
Jagged Edge,
Yeah.
112, Black, like, you know what I mean? Like, when we talking about individuals, I think that Usher is in the GOAT conversation. Like, I think that he
Thank you.
longevity,
Thank
like
you.
all of that. Like,
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. That's all you wanted to say on that? Okay. What you got, Chris?
If I say mine, because Crystal probably know who I'm going to say. And she's not even in the top 5, but I've been a fan for a very long time.
Very, very long time.
I have to say Fantasia.
I knew it.
I'm not mad.
I love Fantasia.
It's that churchiness in it. The best singers come from church.
So Fantasia in the top 5.
She in there for me. And now, you know,
What's your favorite Fantasia song?
Oh man. I'm gonna say When I See You.
Of course.
That's gotta be When I See You.
Over Free Yourself?
Oh yes.
What?
Yeah. She could have gotta let Free Yourself. But yeah, When I See You.
We back on you, Junior. Come on now.
Give us one, Junior.
Top 5, man. Keith Sweat.
Okay.
Oh.
My.
You be crying.
Keith Sweat. Usher definitely is in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesse Powell.
Jesse.
Wow.
It looked like.
Come on, man. Yeah, well, that's true. But his songs, I like his songs.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesse.
What's your favorite Jesse Powell song?
You.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
might be a top 10 R&B song of all time. That might be a top 10 R&B song of all time.
You're right.
And then you got Joe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Joe
wanna
did
know.
have some
Slept
So
on.
y'all pretty much late 90s.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was the best era. Yeah.
I feel like they were the last era to actually sing, and it was actually about love.
Right.
Not you heard.
And you could understand the words. You knew what they were saying.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a different era.
Definitely.
I agree with that.
Definitely.
It was probably a different era because life was easier back then too.
Yeah.
Well, again, we thank y'all for coming out.
Lick. Not like.
Okay.
Like, we're
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Talk about that 90s R&B.
What?
Hey,
So we're gonna like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
You're welcome.
Locked in love, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And quick round of applause for our special.
Yeah.
Thank
I
y'all.
appreciate y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Good show. Good show.